Did Gary Neville just call out one of Liverpool's biggest defensive stars on live TV? Well, it seems like he did, and his words have definitely turned heads in the football world. Liverpool's latest defeat to Chelsea wasn't just another bad night. It's becoming a worrying trend, and Neville's comments about Ibrahima Konate might just expose a bigger issue brewing inside Arne Slot's squad. Stick around because today we're breaking down exactly what happened, what Neville said that's got Liverpool fans talking, and what this could mean for the Reds' season going forward. Before we get started, if you're a true football fan who loves deep dives into Premier League drama, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and let me know in the comments. Do you think Gary Neville was right to call out Konate? Or is this just another case of overanalysis from pundits? Let's jump right into it. Setting the scene. Liverpool's defeat against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge wasn't just painful, it was symbolic. It marked their third consecutive loss in just 1 week. And for a team that started the season with so much promise under new manager Arne Slot, this was a serious setback. Chelsea, led by a resurgent squad and a hungry crowd at home, managed to edge Liverpool 2-1 thanks to Estevão's stoppage-time winner. The Reds looked sluggish, uncoordinated, and a far cry from the fluid, high-pressing side we saw earlier in the campaign. Cody Gakpo's equalizer offered a glimmer of hope, but Moises Caicedo's opener and Estevão's late strike sealed the deal for Mauricio Pochettino's men. The loss left Liverpool trailing Arsenal by a point heading into the international break, and for Arne Slot, it was a reminder that the Premier League doesn't forgive mistakes easily. Now, here's where things got really interesting. As the match unfolded, one player in particular drew the attention, and criticism, of Gary Neville, who was commentating live for Sky Sports. That player was none other than Ibrahima Konate, a defender many consider one of Liverpool's future leaders. Gary Neville's harsh words. During the broadcast, Neville didn't hold back. Watching Konaté's second-half performance, he made a remark that instantly went viral. If you watch Konate on the ball at the start of the second half, he was just walking with it. It was frustrating and annoying me, to be honest. I think he was annoying Arne Slot as well because he's decided to get someone on who's better on the ball at the back but can't defend as well. He's going all in. Neville's words weren't just casual commentary. They were an accusation of complacency. To say a player annoyed his own manager is strong language. And coming from a former Manchester United captain, it stung even more for Liverpool fans, already frustrated by the team's form. You could see what Neville meant. Konate looked hesitant on the ball, moving slowly out of defense, and several times his decision-making allowed Chelsea to press higher. It wasn't the aggressive, confident version of Konate we've come to expect, but was Neville being too harsh? Or was he saying what everyone else was thinking? Before we answer that, make sure you're subscribed, because we're going to dive deep into what Arne Slot said after the game and why it reveals more than you might think. Arne Slot's response, calm but telling. After the game, Arne Slot faced the media, and of course, questions about Konate came up immediately. Slot, always calm and professional, explained his decision to substitute the defender early in the second half. He said, "What I do know is that he limped." He felt his quad a little bit. For me, alarm bells go off because in another sprint, you never know. It was already a sub I had in mind for a little later. It might be okay that he went off early enough, but it was clear I had to take him out because he was limping. So, according to Slot, the substitution wasn't tactical. It was about injury prevention. But many fans weren't fully convinced. Social media quickly lit up with clips and comments questioning whether Konate's body language and slow pace were really because of an injury, or whether there's something deeper going on. Maybe fatigue, a lack of focus, or even tension within the squad. Neville's comment about Konate annoying Slot suddenly seemed less like pure punditry, and more like a reflection of frustration that might genuinely exist behind the scenes. Liverpool's bigger problem? Let's zoom out for a second. This isn't just about one player. Liverpool, as a team, are showing cracks that go beyond individual performances. 3 defeats in a row don't happen by accident. They've lost their rhythm, their defensive organization, and perhaps most importantly, their confidence. The defensive line has been inconsistent, with Virgil van Dijk trying to marshal things, but struggling to maintain control. Trent Alexander-Arnold continues to face scrutiny over his defensive positioning, and now, with Konate potentially injured or out of form, Slot's options are thinning fast. Liverpool.com summed it up perfectly. Konate's performances have not been good this season. He's not alone in that, but injured or not, an early substitution has felt like it's been overdue for him. And it's true, Konate hasn't looked like the dominant, commanding center back he was last season. When fit, he's brilliant. Strong in duels, quick in recovery, and composed under pressure. But this season, something feels off. Could it be fatigue from international duty? Could it be adapting to Arne Slot's tactical style, which demands more ball-playing ability from center backs? Whatever the reason, it's clear Liverpool need to address it. Fast. Quick reminder before we continue. If you're enjoying this breakdown, make sure to smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And Tell me in the comments, who do you think Liverpool should sign in January to strengthen their defence? Are Neville's perspective more than just words? When Gary Neville speaks, whether you agree with him or not, people listen. As a former Premier League defender and captain, his words carry weight. What makes his comments about Konaté so impactful is that they tap into something every fan recognizes. Body language matters. When you're losing, walking with the ball sends the wrong message. It doesn't just frustrate pundits or fans, it affects teammates. You could almost see the tension build as the match went on. Liverpool's midfield stopped pressing aggressively. Their front three looked disconnected. It was as if the team's energy drained minute by minute. Neville's observation may have been harsh, but it came from that sense of seeing a team mentally switch off. And in the Premier League, that's fatal. Arne Slot is in a tough position. Taking over from Jurgen Klopp was always going to be a monumental challenge. Klopp's Liverpool wasn't just a football team. It was a culture, a machine built on emotion, intensity, and unity. Slot, in contrast, is more analytical, structured, and calm. While that's not necessarily a bad thing, transitions like this take time. And fans aren't always patient, especially when defeats start piling up. Now that Neville has publicly criticized one of Slot's key defenders, pressure mounts for the manager to respond decisively. Does he back Konaté publicly again? Does he rest him for a few matches? Or does he make a bold move in January and bring in new blood? Liverpool.com even hinted at that, saying Liverpool needs to seriously be thinking about bringing another defender in during the January window. One injury scare is enough now that Giovanni Leone is likely out for the rest of the season. That's a strong statement, and it raises an important question. Is this Liverpool squad deep enough to compete with Arsenal and Manchester City over a 38-game season? As expected, fans had mixed feelings. Some sided with Neville, saying Konaté hasn't looked sharp since returning from injury last season. Others defended him, arguing that he's being unfairly singled out when the entire team is underperforming. Twitter, or X, as it's now called, was flooded with takes like, Konaté's body language says it all. He looks tired and frustrated. Neville just hates Liverpool. He's always overreacting. Arne Slot should have subbed him earlier. It was clear he wasn't 100%. Whatever side you're on, the debate shows how passionate Liverpool supporters are, and how closely every performance is being scrutinized right now. Let's get tactical for a moment. Under Slot, Liverpool are trying to play a more possession-based style. That means defenders need to carry the ball forward, make progressive passes, and remain composed under pressure. For Konaté, who's traditionally been a more physical, reactive defender, this adjustment hasn't been smooth. Chelsea exploited that. Every time Konaté received the ball, they pressed aggressively, forcing him into slower decision-making or sideways passes. By the time he looked up, options were closed. Neville noticed this, and it's why he called him out for walking with the ball. But this is also where Slot's system needs time. The same way Klopp's heavy metal football took months to click, Slot's structured possession game requires patience. And that's something Liverpool fans aren't exactly known for when results dip. If you're still watching right now, you're clearly a passionate football fan. So here's a quick challenge. Comment YNWA down below if you believe Liverpool will bounce back after the international break. Let's see how many real fans are sticking by their team through tough times. And don't forget, subscribe for weekly tactical breakdowns, match reactions, and transfer news, because we've got a lot more Liverpool analysis coming your way. So what's next for Liverpool? First, Slot needs to use the international break wisely. That means allowing injured players like Konaté to recover fully, or